Today, we're going to be talking about a major Web 2 company taking a step into Web 3 and NFTs. In this case, we're talking about Reddit, of course, which has been the hype and the talk of the space over the past couple of days. So I'm just going to go over a little overview, the process of what actually happened and a bit of the history. And then finally, we'll talk about what this actually means for the future of Web3 and other Web2 companies. So to start with, I think we need to understand what Reddit actually is. So Reddit is a networking platform which is mainly used for discussions through the form of subreddits. And one thing that's important to know is that Reddit was actually notoriously known for hating NFTs and crypto and just the whole space in general. So to see the sentiment change after this mass adoption with the huge onboarding through the avatars has been amazing to see. So here you can see a form of a subreddit. And of course, the whole thing has been about avatars, right? So here we can just see a normal avatar that's been made within Reddit. And within Reddit, there are premium features, of course, which you can pay for. But that has nothing to do with NFTs. Now, we'll have a look at a NFT avatar. So here you can see one of them with a bit of information. You got the token ID, the name, etc. And so these have been what has been, stirring up the space. But I think firstly, we'll take a step back and look at the history first. So back in July 2021, Reddit actually released 4 avatars, which were one-of-ones. And these sold ranging between 42 Ethereum and all the way up to 110 Ethereum, which at the time was probably around 150k to around 300k USD. So we can see that happened over a year ago, a bit more than a year ago. So we know that Reddit was already understanding of the space and had already previously got involved, but this was only 4. So this is 4 people, which clearly is very different to what's happened now. So let's talk about now. This is the Reddit Collectable Avatars. You can see a bunch of different collections / editions. And there were a total of 40,000 NFTs that were sold. So this was done quite recently in the month of October, and they took around 24 hours to sell out. They sold between the price of $10 to $100, and these were paid for in fiat, meaning it was USD or whatever currency of the country that you stay in. And like I said, they sold out in 24 hours, and now they are going for a lot higher than what they were purchased for. And the sort of range would be around like $15 to around the max would be about $20,000, and that's for like the top avatars. But the main thing about this was the huge onboarding. So there was a total of 3 million new wallets created, and the amount of new people that are understanding about the blockchain and actually understanding what NFTs are and what they mean has been amazing to see. So that's been one of the main things, is that there's just a huge influx of people coming into the space, and people are understanding that NFTs aren't just pictures, and that they can actually go for higher values. You got to think about all the new people that would have just bought something for $30. They like the avatar in Web 2, and then they've realized that it's going for 10x that amount. So it's bringing in a lot of new liquidity within the space. Another thing that is worth mentioning is that some of the top Redditors, in terms of their contribution to the community, actually got airdropped free avatars. This was based on the amount of karma, which is a measurement of contribution within Reddit. So there were a lot of people that got free avatars, and these were the top people. So it was definitely some good marketing from Reddit. That if you see your top favorite Redditor rocking one of these avatars, you might be interested in it. But yeah, in terms of the whole process, that's mainly all that really happened was that people went, they decided to buy some of these avatars, and some people decide to sell them, some people are still rocking them as their avatars. So what's to come from Reddit? They might do another collection in terms of another generation of avatars, since the success of this one has been tremendous. But let's talk more about Web3 and the future of something like this. So as we know, 3 million new wallets were onboarded, and that's a huge amount in retrospect to the space. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but this is the first step to mass adoption, in my opinion. This is one company entering the space. You need to think on a grander scale. What happens when Facebook or YouTube or Instagram get involved and they maybe release avatars or expand into something different? This is the first step of many, in my opinion, and what you need to do is be prepared. And just the fact that you're watching this video means that you are more prepared than more people. You're willing to understand and learn about the space. And I really think that this is like the start of the internet. I think that you're very early in terms of the whole space. A lot of people think that NFTs are dead, they're done, but I think the phase of NFTs in terms of random projects dropping and going for 2x 3x like back in January, I think that's over. Yes, but that doesn't mean NFTs are dead. I think that this is the start of, like I'm saying multiple times, mass adoption, and I think that's where true wealth can be made and just the world can be changed in a sort of way. But that's for the future, right? You want to be ready for that, ready for these drops and ready to see what's coming. But it's amazing to see Reddit do something like this. It's gonna provide a bunch of new people in the space, new people willing to learn. And if you're watching this video as a new person in the space, I'd like to say welcome. I hope you can see all the positivity between all the amazing people that are here. Another thing is be very careful. Like, there are a lot of scams out there, so please make sure you know what you're doing. Be careful who you trust, because as many people in the space will tell you, it's very common to get scammed. So definitely be careful. But yeah, I'd say that that's the overview on what happened with the Reddit avatars. There's a lot of influencers and a lot of people buying in right now, which you definitely want to be careful of. Don't ever FOMO into anything like that. But the main thing that you want to take away from this is that this is nice to see a step in the right direction from a major company. And you need to think about what's to come. What's the next company that might decide to do something like this? Definitely something worth keeping an eye on. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you all watching. As always, if you found this helpful, I would love for you guys to drop me a follow on Twitter, and I've attached all my other links below. But amazing, guys, I appreciate you all, and I will see you on the next one.